take a good, hard look at this army comp. 8 healers with the recall spell. What sort of sorcery are we going to watch today? Well, I guess you won't have to wait long to find out. So, Estrical here is doing the double charge recall super bowler attack with the battle drill. It's like all the keywords you could possibly ever want on a YouTube title in one army. It's absolutely insane. So, what he's always going to do, start with a warden walk and just pick a safe location. You're still trying to set a funnel for your super bowler, but you need to be able to not look at your warden because you're actually going to be queen charging as well. So, just does a little queen charge here, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, Hooked, what has he gained? What has he gained? Well, one, we got rid of the king, but more importantly, we've set a funnel. Because what he's going to do here, obviously, we want to go super bowlers through here to get them to the core. That's the point of the warden walk. But what you'll find super bowlers would do on a base like this and a lot of rings, they won't go into the core. They like running around the base. I'm sure you've all dealt with that before. So the point of this army comp is to maximize your super bowlers. And you kind of sacrifice your queen in a sense for that, because the queen's job on this attack is going to be to go through here. So we've already gotten rid of all these defenses here, so we're going to force our queen inside the base. But she's going to clear, like, a lot here. I don't know if she'll quite get that far, but she'll get all this, and the super bowlers, watch them, they're going to path pretty well to the town hall here. It's actually genius. So we use the recall spell. Unfortunately, our queen is still a little low. Now, I believe he does 4 healers on his warden, 4 healers on the queen. But look at this. We actually get a little unlucky with the timing here. The queen is going to get in range of 3 ground defenses at the same time. And with this army, you are actually going to pop your queen early a lot of the time. Because, you know, you just don't have the spell power to keep her alive. You can afford to use 1 rage and the recall spell, obviously, with your queen. But the rest you need to save for your main push. Super bowler push coming in nicely. Look at this. The queen's actually going to deal with a bit of the CC as well, which is awesome. And I nearly missed it. Look at that. We've got the RC and the drill on the top side. So the super bowler's coming into the core. And the RC nice and early. You're going to see today he consistently uses the RC really early. Some of the time it's bad because she dies quite early. But with the drill lives such a long time. Our queen is still chilling down the bottom, by the way, helping out. Our main super bowler push has died, but it's cleared out most of the core, and now we have a queen charge on the outside, we have a drill and our RC on the outside, and we're just gonna slowly take down what's left. Perfect headhunter to take down that RC, and the drill, it's gonna take out everything else. Now look at this, by the way, got a Yeti and a Titan inside that CC, because Estrical does not use the blimp with this army at all. I talked to him. The only 3 siege machines he uses are the battle drill, obviously, the flame flinger, and the log launcher. He uses only the log launcher, though, when it's like a ring base with 2 invis towers, so you can activate the invis towers nice and early. Obviously, the log launcher can do that. But mainly, you're going to be using the drill, as you see in the first couple of attacks here, and the flinger. Now, obviously, this is going to be a very slow cleanup, but doesn't really matter. Obviously, not an overkill, but any triple at Town Hall 15 you will take. But you've kind of seen one attack with it. Let's see if you can get more of the concepts in the next one. Alright, box base is incredibly common and a good army for the recall spell, because look at this, right? This value to charge right here is really easy, but if you wanted to full-blooded charge, you'd have to deal with the monolith whilst your queen's on the Town Hall poison, and it's just a bit of a mess, honestly. So this is where the recall comes in really nice. So we start the warden walk, and look at it. Our warden can chill over there. He will not be in trouble. And now we start our queen charge. Unfortunately, a Tesla gets on one of our healers, I believe, which is really awkward, but what can you do about it? Rage nice and early. And we're going to get through all the defensive heroes here. Like, it's cracked. Like, this is the perfect style of base for a recall hit. But particularly, super bowlers do pretty good on the box bases as well. So this is literally the perfect army for this. Our warden, by the way, is still just chilling over there. He's going to set a great funnel. I thought I heard something for a second, but that's just the free spell. Now, look at what Estrical does here. He could recall right now, but it's worth popping that queen. Yes, you lose your queen ability, and that's not good, but you get the last defensive hero down. Now, unfortunately, the eagle does pop. That is the one downside of this army, because you're using so many healers, a rage and a recall really early. it is quite likely that you will activate the Eagle early. But Eagle on the King now. We've got the first wall break in. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, what are we going to do with our Queen? Just watch. It's so good. Give us a second, and there you go. You're going to see what happens right now. Drill is OP. Just go straight through that wall. And this is another good thing about the army. It's like, the Queen's just going to be fighting the CC the whole time. You don't really need that. Just have your Super Bowlers in the core, not worrying about those pups. You got the Titans to deal with that anyway. And the RC, the Queen, and our Drill have just gutted the core. Like, absolutely gutted. And that Monolith did absolutely nothing. I feel like I missed the whole attack. I'm trying to commentate as quickly as possible with you guys, but the base just went down so quickly. Like, how well done was that? Absolutely crushed. One thing worth pointing out, he brings the Phoenix with the Queen. Now, you could obviously bring the Unicorn if you want, but if you're charging, like, the Town Hall a lot, like, the Unicorn kind of gets wrecked by the Town Hall, and honestly, some of the time, the Queen isn't necessarily meant to survive every attack, so if you can add a few seconds to her life, that is huge. Look at that, both of our Titans are still up. Like, that core push absolutely smashed the base, because yet again, I'm going to keep talking about it, right? Think of the Super Bowlers, like, they're pathing. This was funneled out. This was funneled out. And you wall break there and you put a jump there. Like, the pathing's so easy for them. And then this Monolith here can't do anything because you've got your Queen, Drill, and RC moving with your main kill squad. This is another box base here, but this hit is going to be nowhere as clean as the last one. But I really wanted to make a part of the video because, you know, there's no point only doing a strategy if it only works when everything's executed to perfection. This attack is not executed to perfection, but it still triples. Mainly because of the power of the Super Bowlers, I'll be honest. But that's okay. It's good to know how powerful they are. Because this whole army shouldn't just be down to the healers and like the recall spell. You need multiple win conditions is the word I'm going to use for that. So this is a really awkward Town Hall to charge. Because I don't believe you can break this outer wall. Because I think the wall breakers will try and run for this wall. So in a perfect world, the Queen would step in like this. But that's not going to happen here. So let's see how Estrical adapts. So the Queen's so close, but obviously we don't have an invis. Keep in mind, we've only got 2 freeze spells with this army. We've still got, you know, a bunch of rage spells. We've still got 4 rage spells. But because we need to bring that recall spell, that takes away normally a third freeze, and either a Skelly or an invis is brought by attackers. So we're just going to recall and pull our Queen up here. And this entry is not going to go great. So yet again, the Warden's done a fantastic job setting a funnel, obviously the easy part of the attack, and the Super Bowl Smash is coming in here. Haven't committed to a Siege Machine yet. We'll see about that in a second. Super Bowl Smash is coming in. We pop our King. We're about to pop the Warden before the Monolith destroys him. Perfectly done. We've got the RC, and I believe the Drill will come in any second. We have to freeze for our Queen, unfortunately, you know, and we actually swag a freeze as well, trying to drop the headhunters. There is a lot going on in this attack, but if you can keep on top of it, you will be so set. So the Super Bowl is still alive in the core, but they will die any second. We just pop the Queen ability on the Town Hall. Better to save the healers and keep our Queen with plenty of health. The Drill on the bottom, he actually brings a token Hog with this army. The Hog will be to test for traps for the Flame Flinger, but you can also, you know, bring the Hog with the Drill as well. There's absolutely no reason you can't do that. Super Bowl's coming out of the core. Hopefully can get this RC down. We still get our own RC with the Drill. Our Queen's still on the top side. She's got the Phoenix with her as well, so even if she dies, she will have a last hurrah, but she is not going to die. What a hit! Yes, I agree. This hit kind of showed more how powerful Titans and Super Bowlers are together. I understand that. But they're a part of this army as well. They're a part of this army. They're your main force. And if your main force can crush the base without the need for the recall spell to really do much, then you know this army is good. He swagged that other freeze spell as well. So a killer hit here from Estrical. Let's move on to a few attacks where he doesn't use the Battle Drill. I am aware this is an anti-3, and it's not the most common style of base that you see in both Legends League and War at the moment. But I really wanted to show you some concepts that Estrical uses with this army, because the thing about this army is there is so many possibilities, which makes it hard to do in Legends League because you're planning your hit in 30 seconds. But there are so many different ways you can do this. So we got the Flame Flinger coming in here. Obviously, though, this mortar is going to be a bit of a pain for our Flame Flinger because it will shoot a few times. He has got a barb and an archer, but that's really not enough to tank. Now, the mortar won't kill our Flame Flinger, but it'll do damage. So, with this army, you can use the Queen Charge to help out your Flame Flinger. Because if you can get a Flame Flinger to live for a minute 30, which is about its lifetime, then it will do so much damage. So look, the Queen's got rid of a few defenses nearby, so it kind of, you know, makes the Flame Flinger's pathing more predictable. We've gotten rid of a defensive king. We're now using the rage on our Warden Walk. We didn't need the rage for our Queen Walk here. So we're just going to rage our Warden Walk. He's got in a fair chunk of the base. The Queen's going to get this cannon, and I believe we get rid of it after that. Yep. We're going to recall her right then and there. And look, it doesn't look like we've got a crazy amount of base, but we have got a really nice setup. So, as per usual with the other hits, we're going to use the Queen on the funnel. We're not going to use the Queen to go inside the base. We're using the Queen to funnel our Super Bowlers and Titans in. So she's chilling on the bottom side. Rage for all our entry troops. And we're actually going to use the RC here because it looks like our Super Bowlers were all going to miss that multi, that whole compartment. So, as you do, you just use the RC where needed. We jump into the core. 2 Titans are on the town hall. Obviously, they're going to be absolutely fine. Somehow, a lot of our troops have got into the center of the base. I don't know how they managed that. The Raged Inferno is doing work to our bowlers, but we still got our RC. And I mean, look at that. Yes, the Flinger took forever to get the Eagle out, but look at how much work it's put in. And we still haven't got the troops to come out of it yet. It's literally cleared an entire compartment of the base. And that's, I mean, mainly thanks to the Queen helping out. It would not have got half this much if it wasn't for the Queen. So showing that if there's value to be had from your Flame Flinger, but there's only like, if there's one mortar or like a defensive hero there, you can use that Queen Charge at the start. It doesn't look like an insane value, but if it maximizes your Flame Flinger, it is always going to be worth it. Queen did a great job on the funnel. She survives the whole attack, and this base was crushed. I'm sure you all recognize this attacker, Jesus, obviously one of the best in Legends League at the moment. Probably the second best Blizzlalo player on the planet. If you do want to see his attacks when he was #1 in the world, I will link the card above me now. Jesus crushing bases with Blizzard Lalo. A must-watch video, honestly. That guy is insane. But more, back to Estrical here. Look at this setup. I'm going to pause it. This is ridiculous. We have a Flame Flinger, which is jobs to clear that. We have a Warden Walk, which jobs to clear that. And then this Queen Charge. We're just trying to get this Town Hall. Then we're going to recall her. And then funnily enough, we're actually going to put her up here. So we're going to clear 4 corners of the base here. And then we're going to come straight through the middle and watch the Super Bowler Smash crush it. Now, this attack actually doesn't go perfectly to plan. There are a few mistakes that you're going to see Estrical make, but that's okay. You're allowed to make mistakes at Town Hall 15. In fact, if you're still tripling at Town Hall 15, despite making mistakes, then you're clearly doing something right. Now, look, Estrical actually committed a freeze spell to stop that Max Mortar shooting at his Flinger. Those Max Mortars hurt, which is why, you know, if you can take it down with like a recall spell Queen Walk, then obviously handy, but uses the Barb, the Archer, and a freeze. So, as to maximize that Flame Flinger, because there is a lot of value that Flame Flinger can get over there. Unfortunately, we have to pop our Queen ability. He used the first Rage a little too early. I don't know if he was a bit antsy about time here, Estrical, but that first Rage came down way too early, and it does cost him his Queen ability. And you're going to see it's actually going to hurt him in more ways than one in a second. So the Water Walk's going alright. And then look at this. That Monolith. Swag freeze spell there that just came in too late. So you're about to find out the power of having 7 or 8 healers on a Super Bowler Smash. Normally you don't have this many. Now, one thing to note is, look at this, he's not bringing a single balloon with this army. So, like, you know, seeking air mines can be a problem, but you're never queen charging into the core of the base, right? So you're less likely to run into red bomb farms, you're less likely to run into seeking air mines, which are normally in the core of the base. So the charge goes on the outside, and obviously your healers for the Super Bowler Smash, well, you just warden for them anyway and just hope that they stay up. But, I mean, look at this. In the time I've just been talking randomly about healers and, you know, queens dying, he's just gotten rid of the entire base. The Flame Flinger just did way too much work. The Warden Walk was nice, and you just... If you can get down that Town Hall with a recall spell, then you don't have to worry about it, right? Like, a lot of the time with Super Bowler Smashes, you have to commit your siege to the Town Hall, whether that be blimping the Town Hall or using, like, the log launcher that you saw Yata do. We'll also link that above me here. Make sure you watch that video. Yata is insane with Super Bowlers. But if you don't have to worry about the Town Hall because of that recall, your siege can get maximum value. Alright, final attack of the video here, and we're going back to a ring base now. If you remember at the start of the video, I talked about the siege machines that Estrical uses with this army. And I said he uses the drill or flinger. Depends on the value he sees for the flinger mainly. But if there's two invis towers on a base, particularly like a ring base, but maybe even a box base, I don't know that for sure though. But if there's two... Look at this, by the way. The queen pops again. That was unlucky. The RC actually shot after she died. So, yet again, there are mistakes that Estrical makes today, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he is crushing these bases with a really unique army comp. But as I was saying, if there's two invis towers on a ring, he's going to come in with the log launcher. Now, I feel like Super Bowlers do okay versus invis towers, so I am a little surprised that he does this. But you're going to see here, he clubs this base. Like, this base gets absolutely wrecked. So I'm not going to blame... I'm not going to doubt him for doing that. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if you actually need it. Because I feel like the drill with the RC would be really strong on these ring bases, like you saw in the very first attack of the video. But let's see. So, got the log launcher coming in. Obviously, we have to use the jump anyway. The log launcher was never going to open the walls in time. Look at that. The log launcher, it doesn't really activate the invis that much earlier, but it does, you know, it does help with the pathing. Yeah, I think that would be worth it. That definitely helped with the pathing of all our troops, and they all go in together, and look at it. We're just going to overwhelm this core, aren't we? Now, Triple Ice Golem sucks, but look at this. The log launcher is still damaging the back-end scatter and invis tower. The builder huts are working furiously on the two of them, but only so much they can do. The RC is down the bottom, and really the only threat is this monolith and king compartment. We have no more spells, but we've got the headhunter coming in. This looks perfectly timed. RC ability goes off. Pretty crushed, if you ask me. Pretty crushed. We've still got the Titans on the top side. One of them might actually be from our log launcher as well. I mean, there is so much HP up on this field. So much. We've got 3 healers, at least 2 Super Bowlers, and, well, about to be 1 Titan, but at least 2 Titans. That is a sick hit, and that is the end of the video. Sorry that it has to come to an end now. But what do you guys think of this army? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that you can enjoy this army? Have you been trying to find a use for the recall spell and maybe this is your calling? There's the army comp right there. I'll put it down in the description below as well for those who haven't made it this far in the video. But yeah, let me know what you think of it. And if you give it a go, let me know in the comments as well. Because if you go well with it, maybe we can do another video. Maybe I can try this out myself. But that's it from us. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more Super Bowler content on the channel, I will link Yata to the left as a nice little end screen for you all. Go watch that one. Yata is seriously one of the best Super Bowler players on the planet, and he triples like every single base in that video, doing live attacks, not just replays, live attacks. Yata is OP, but that's it from us. Hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll see you soon.